do? All right, y'all, we back again, and Fresh and Fit. Wow. You know, I like Fresh and Fit, man. I liked them. I liked what they were trying to do. You know, I thought they was a little bit risky the way they're doing it, but I generally liked, what they were trying to do. I also like Auburn Preach, like what they're about. You know, I like both of them. You know what I mean? So it was hard for me, man, because looking at two YouTubers that I kind of rock with. I rock more with Auburn Preach because they're a little more probably closer to my age range and discuss things more along the lines the way I think. Whereas when I just want to see how the young men of today are thinking, I will watch Fresh and Fit. Anyway, let's get down to business and see. We're going to look at how this situation got to the point that it got and what Fresh and Fit should do to rectify the situation. Okay, let's go.
We say the facts, we give our L's and our W's, right? So real talk, man. We put out invite. If y'all want to talk shit, come back in the studio. We'll talk about it. Or we can box about it too. Cause I'm in the gym now, you feel me? I'm feeling nice right now. I'm wired right now.
First one's a box of Preach, bro.
First one's a box of Preach, bro. So you know what? Come back to Miami. Let's box it out. Talk about it. How about that? We're here waiting.
But like real talk, man. Like if we're gonna have this discussion, we're harder than you niggas, straight up, and we work harder than you guys. We put out all different types of content. Yep. We ain't just out here reacting. Like, man, look, the fuck out of here, bro. Stop. Yo, we're not.
And later on in the video, you're saying that you want to box with me. Sort of happened that I'm going to be in the U.S. next week. You want to fucking do this shit? Let's go. Both of you. I'll be in the U.S. next fucking week.
Hold up.
Let's go. We'll put...
See, at this point, Preacher's jumping ahead. At this point, all they did was get at him about the numbers, right? But let's continue.
Gloves on? Because not only this, that's why I have a problem. Now you talk shit about my wife.
This nigga Preacher's married, probably to a fucking beluga whale somewhere. And y'all nigga...
Okay. That was over the line, even for Myron. Myron's usually a smarter guy than that. I was really disappointed in him for doing that. And, I really don't expect too much from this guy because... he seems like a guy that's pretty much just out to have a good time. I think Myron's the one that usually showcases the integrity of the show. So I was just a little disappointed in him for saying that about the guy's wife. That let me know a little bit about Myron that I really wish I didn't know. But I still would rock with Myron if he would just, I'm going to get into what Myron and CEO should do at this point. But anyway, let's move on. That was mistake number one, talking about the man's wife.
Just talking shit.
And you talk shit about my country. Old bitch said that he was about to send me on a boat to my country, to Haiti.
Yep. Okay, now they talked about him being from Haiti. Ugly situation. Let's continue.
Yeah? Cool. Next week, I'll be in the States. I'll drop by your fucking studios. You know where it is? Give me the address.
Well, you haven't seen it yet. Where I don't know if they did it already. Well, let's see. Basically, they invited CEO invited Preach to box, or Abba or Preach or both or whatever, to fight him in the ring. So that's what Preach is talking about. He's accepting that challenge.
I'll be right there. Don't come unprepared. We'll do it. You want to do this? Let's go. We'll put gloves on. It'll be legal. I know Florida laws. I take one bitch, then I take the other one.
So now, Preach is so hot, he's saying he'll take both of them on. Oh, man, I really, but if they're going to do it, at least the ring is the best place to do it. We don't want to see guys hurting each other out on the street and doing all kind of different stuff like that. But, Alvin and Preach don't seem like those kind of guys. They don't seem like the kind of guys that'll roll up on you on the street unannounced or something. They seem like face to face, heart to heart, eye to eye type of guys. So it'll probably be something where they straight up see what's happening with you. But CEO, you put it out there, so now what you gonna do? That's the question.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yo, nigga.
You want to talk? I'll be there.
Okay, you know what?
I wasn't there last time. I wasn't. But now you want to do this?
You want something?
Okay. There's a book out here called The 48 Laws of Power. And it's a good book, man. It really talks about the way that a person can put himself in or herself into positions of power where they can actually get other people to do things because of their position of power and make things happen. And it's a lot of business people read this book. But one of the laws in that book, law number 19, is know who you're dealing with. Know who you're dealing with. And I don't think I don't think Fresh and Fit knew who they were dealing with. It says, know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. There are many different kinds of people in the world, and you can never assume that everyone will react to your strategies in the same way. Deceive or outmaneuver some people, and they will spend the rest of their lives seeking revenge. Yeah, you're just putting a pit bull on your ass, no matter how many times you apologize, right? But the point of the book is know who you're dealing with. You know what I mean? Don't just run at somebody just because you got mad. That's what little kids do. And then you find out, man, you ever been in that situation where you were talking shit to somebody? We all have. So I know you're talking shit to somebody and you really didn't know who you was talking to. And they said, you know what? They wasn't tripping on you at first. And then you said something that just woke them up, snapped them up. And they said, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Then you were like, goop, right? I was just talking, right? But the point is, if you're gonna go against somebody, you should know who you're going against. That way, you can kind of think about how they're gonna react to what you're doing. If you don't, they may react a certain way that you wasn't thinking. See, they didn't think Abba Preach would say, "Yeah, hell yeah, we'll get in the ring with you." And they didn't know that Preach sound like, to me, he got a lot of experience in that ring. So they didn't know who they was dealing with. Now they look dumb. See, that's the thing. You look dumb when you don't know who you're dealing with. And I know Myron's not dumb. I don't know too much about CEO, but I know Myron's not dumb. I think he just, in my opinion, Myron overreacted. He had an emotional response to this situation, and he overreacted. Instead of hitting these guys, hitting Abba and Preach on the low, on an email or something, or busting a call to them and say, "What's up, brother? What's up with that? What's up with that video you put out?" Instead of doing that, they came at it like this. And when they was coming with the numbers, that was cool. But now they're talking about the man's wife and talking about Haiti and talking about Abba and talking about it looks like he fell off a camel and all that. Man, dude, nobody's gonna rock with that. And even people with integrity are not gonna come on your show anymore because they don't want to be down with that type of environment where they're down with guys that's gonna talk about other people's wives and stuff like that. That's not a good business move for a lot of guys, and you lose a lot of business. Because people that would probably have came on your show not gonna come on your show because they don't want their brand to be affected by that misstep. Anyway, let's get a little bit more into Abba and Preach's response to this, to Fresh and Fit talking about them.
You want to set up the boxing match?
Let's go.
Okay, we can set it up.
Both of you bitches. Let's go.
Hey, man.
You want to do this? Let's go.
Okay, so you see, man, Preach is done. You talked about his wife, talked about his country. Preach is done. I was the more level-headed one, even though you shot some shots at him. I was the more level-headed one, but Preach is like, man, and that's why I said lesson number 19, or law number 19. Know who you're dealing with. Don't offend the wrong person. On your way up to on your way up for power, and on your way up to making money, and on your way up to positioning yourselves, make sure you don't offend the wrong person, because you never know. See, this dude is quiet dude. Man, this dude's quiet, right? It's quiet dudes you got to watch, man. They're the ones, if they can't whoop you, they may set your house on fire. They may do something, right? And I'm not saying Preach would go set your house on fire, because he don't seem like that type of dude. But he definitely seemed like he want to give you that work, definitely. And I would say Abba looks like he's ready to give you guys that work too. I think you guys just misstepped. You guys fresh and fit. You guys just misstepped in this situation. And Abba and Preach, they got every right to be upset with you guys and accept your challenge, because you challenged them to a fight. Not them. They didn't challenge you to a fight. You challenged them to a fight. And you talked about them. You got it personal. Even though you came at these guys personally at these guys just came with the receipts and the facts and put it out there on you. So that's something that you guys should have tried to rectify behind the scenes. But whatever, now we're here. Right? Okay, so this is what Fresh and Fit should do at this point. Don't get into the ring, because I got a feeling, man, if you get into the ring with Preach, you guys are gonna get your heads beat in. And that's just my opinion. Because you guys are coming from a bad place, and Preach is coming from a righteous place. And you don't want to get in a fight with the righteous and you all wrong. So what you need to do is apologize. First apologize to Abba and Preach. Then you need to apologize to Abba's wife. Preach's wife. Then you need to apologize to the Haitian community. Then you need to apologize to the Sudan community, or the Ethiopian community, or the African community, North African community. You need to apologize to them. Then you need to apologize to Abba and Preach's subscribers. Then you need to apologize to your own subscribers, and then you need to come out and publicly tell them, we made a mistake. We did not know what we had an emotional response to the situation. We made a mistake. We rectified it, and then the next thing you need to do is talk to Abba and Preach behind the scenes. Or if you want to do it publicly, you can have a moderator like myself, somebody who's likes both of you guys, not gonna favor either one, but just gonna let everybody explain their position, and then moving forward, or not. But that's what I would do. The least I would do is apologize to Abba and Preach, apologize to Preach, apologize to Abba, apologize to Preach's wife, apologize to the Asian community, apologize to the Ethiopian community, and apologize to their subscribers, apologize to your subscribers, and then try to meet with these two guys, Abba and Preach, and try to squash it behind the scenes. That's what I would do moving forward. Because if you look over there where Abba and Preach is, they are hemorrhaging. Not Abba and Preach, Fresh and Fit. They are hemorrhaging subscribers. Okay, no big deal. But you guys got a good little business over there, Fresh and Fit. Why are you going to let it go down the drain just because you had run in with the wrong person? Admit it, tell the truth, and then be a man and walk away from it. Be a man about it and say, give Abba and Preach their props and walk away from it. I guarantee you that'll work better than the doubling down you're doing now, where you got all these people that's, running away from your brand. And I'm not even talking about subscribers. I'm talking about people that probably was interested in doing business with you. They're going to be gone. Nobody's going to want their brand associated with guys that's willing to rip a guy's wife apart. Nobody's going to want their brand associated with that. Anyway, that's what I think. Fresh Fresh and Fit ought to do if they want to continue to have their show be at a high level it is and have some integrity about it. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. There's nothing wrong with messing up. The wrong part is trying to hide it or trying to double down on it. Just say, hey, I messed up. You know, I shouldn't have talked about the man's wife. I shouldn't have did that. And step on into it like a man. You know what I mean? We all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fresh and Fit. Hopefully they'll see this and they'll take a couple of cues from it. Shout out to Albert and Priest. You know, they are sitting in the catbird seat. So they just waiting on see what you're going to do. You know what I mean? You know, I don't think you need to be out buying guns and stuff like that, but that's what this man the CEO think he ought to do to protect himself. And he's the one that talked this situation up. But I guess he got to do what he got to do. Anyway, I think you guys could talk it out, meet in the middle somewhere. But anyway, if not, it is what it is. It's going to press on forward. A lot of people get a lot of traction out of this situation, so whatever. Anyway, remember, law number 19. Know who you're dealing with. Know who you're dealing with and don't offend the wrong person, because you could end up in this situation like you in now, just thinking, assuming, like Fresh and Fit assumed that these two guys was just two old guys, wasn't gonna take up their challenge, and then they got caught, and then, you know, now what do? Anyway, y'all tell me, is Albert and Preach crazy? Is Fresh and Fit crazy? Am I crazy? Should they just go ahead and break it down and get violent and with the guns and all of that, and take it to the street level? Should they keep it in the ring? Should they just talk it out? What should happen from here? I already told you what my thoughts were. You tell me. All right, y'all. Peace. Oh, never be the aggressor.